Well, welcome back to another Wednesday Whiskey Review from your boys, the Buffalo Happy Hour. We have another whiskey from our friends over at Glenrose Spirits. So super good friends. I had to look at the label to remind myself.
Goodness gracious.
They could be good friends, though. So if you're listening to this, hit us up. We really liked your single malt that we did last week. So if you, our listeners, are looking for something maybe a little bit different than a 4-grain whiskey, which is what this is right here, then head over to last week when we reviewed the American single malt whiskey from the same distillery. It was a very interesting Wednesday whiskey review. I will not spoil any of that for you, but if you're interested in single malt, American single malts, highly recommend checking out last week's episode.
Absolutely. So for this week, friends, like Derek mentioned, we have a 4-grain. So
I want to say our sponsor first before they get angry at us and remove themselves. We need the money. Let's just do it.
Addie's Fine Wine and Spirits, located on Transit Road in Williamsville. Thank you, guys. This is going to be on your shelf for $49.99. Swing by and pick it up. They have an in-house wine sommelier as well as an app that you can download to then ship their spirits that are within their inventory right to your door. You can download that app, Addie's Fine Wine and Spirits, through the Apple App Store and the Google Playground Play Store, and then enjoy all of the luxuries that Addie's can provide to you, as well as event announcements and every other hot topic news that you would like to receive. Are you happy, Derek?
I am. Thank you.
Perfect. So this one is distilled from a malt wash of barley, rye, wheat, and corn. The whiskey showcases 4 New York State malted grains. Big, bold, chewy, and spicy.
Chewy?
And it's bottled at cast strength.
What does that even mean?
No clue. However, this whiskey's not for the faint of heart. Team, this is like super hot. We have to be careful here.
I mean, it's 114. It's not that hot.
It's 57 ABV. It's not that hot for us. For others, Derek. True. Again, we have to be all encompassing of the fans.
So if you missed last week, Glenrose Spirits is a small family-owned New York farm distillery. So most of their grains, as required by law, have to come from a New York state, and I believe they might even have some on site.
Oh.
Is that correct?
Oh.
I think so.
Addie's for this?
No, the Glenrose, that they have grains that they do either work with a local people for grains or they have grains on their farm.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Well, we'll follow up. But yeah, so it's a cool story. I love New York grain whiskey. I love New York distilleries in general because of this whole farm distillery. It lets you taste New York whiskey the way it should be tasted. There's a lot of whiskeys throughout the world that come from Kentucky and they're blended products. So having something that is made from New York State grains, made in New York State, distilled here, blended here, and all that stuff is exciting for us to try something outside of the traditional Kentucky whiskey. So you will always find us loving any type of New York product or any type of really any other state product outside of Kentucky that we can have on the show. And we'll be brutally honest. We don't care. We're not here to make friends. We kind of are. But, okay, so label branding. What do we got here? I like how you just open this up. It ain't time yet, bro.
Well, label I got to pour it into the garage. What? Pour some.
Did we do label branding yet?
No, I'm just pouring it, so it's sitting there. Are you new? It's a synthetic cork, clearly.
See? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, in today's global supply chain pandemic, it is tough to get corks as well as glass. So, moving on. The label branding still's got that old vintage Western yellow tainted paper look for having a wanted poster. They have everything on here except they added a little bit. They changed the front-facing picture.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I like that.
Well, I don't know who it kind of looks like Ruth from Ozark at an older age.
Yeah. But, like, they're using completely different fonts on both of these.
Yep.
You know,
sure are.
Like this is very, I don't know, cartoon/westernish on their American single malt, and this one is more of like a italics cartoon and bubble.
Well,
I don't know if I really
also-
like the fonts that they got going on for this one.
I do like, though, that they have barrel 29,
that's
bottle
pretty sweet.
28. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. I think the only thing that they could do separately to further enhance this is just kind of have like the master distiller sign it.
Yeah.
Or,
And
like,
maybe,
have that
some of
on
the-
there.
Some of the grains and stuff too, like they did for the single malt. Like
Yeah.
that would be cool. The front of this label, outside of that picture, it's kind of boring. Especially after we just looked at this one that was full of character and that had that symbol on there and it had the grains and everything. I feel like they could have went a little bit more on
And the
this one.
shield,
But
they
that's
have like a
fine.
shield
Yeah.
built into it.
Yeah. But I mean, B- on this one.
B-. I agree.
Okay, nose.
Ethanol. Smell a lot of ethanol. Probably because it's 57 ABV. So, bucker up.
You're still getting, though, in place of that ethanol, I feel like I'm still getting this, like, red perfume note. Like, this time I'm not getting strawberry per se, but more of a, like, perfumey bubble yum.
I wonder if it's their... It's not their barrels, is it?
I have no idea.
Their
But
distilling process?
it could also be because I'm looking for it, because we just had the last one last week, or 2 seconds ago, last week for all you folks.
It might have stained the glass.
Yeah, but I feel like there's this perfumey. For me, this is bubblegum perfume. I like it. It's not bubblegum like Bren French single malt. That was gross. But
that was not
that was so
good.
bad. But it has that same smell to me that's like this perfumey bubblegum, bubble yum, double bubble, yellow wrapper.
Right, because the one from France was very like flowery.
Yeah.
And it was not appealing to me, at least. To others, God bless. It just wasn't my specific cup of tea.
So
I respect their process and story, though.
I'm getting a lot of ethanol. If you throw your nose in here, it's stinging.
Yeah, 100%. It's there. It's prevalent. It's not going away.
But the smell, though,
It's like the cleanse.
it's getting a lot of, you're not getting a ton of grain. Like, I can't smell in particular like corn or wheat or rye. It's kind of just like oak and depthness of the barrel.
Heat.
And this after note of this perfumed bubble gum.
B-.
Yeah, I'll go B-. Yeah.
I agree. Initial taste. Let's take a little sip. Holy jumping Jehoshaphat. It cooks your tongue. You feel that? This is hot.
Yeah.
That is all about 57% ABV. Look at the color on it, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. Locally crafted white oak barrels. A good dose of rye in the grain bill adds the spice and chewiness to the whiskey. Double pot distilled in small batches.
I see what they mean by chewy. It's kind of like a rubber chewy, but no rubber taste, but like that kind of texture. Like if you were to chomp on rubber.
I feel like you have to chew it because of how hot it is. Like you have to be like remember if you ever put something too hot in your mouth, like temperature hot, you're like, that's what I feel like with this. It's just like it's too hot.
One more time. This is this is a spirit that'll wake you up. I'll tell you that. This will get the people going. Initial taste for me, it's very, very hot. So I'm not getting a whole lot out of it.
To put this into perspective, we say all the time our proof point is probably like between 105 and 110. So it's not like, if you're watching us for the first time, thank you very much. Please subscribe. But it's not like we're 80 proof drinkers drinking this and saying this is hot. We like hotter whiskeys, but to me, this is all heat. You can get some of the barrel, some of the depthness of the grain, I guess, and some of the spiciness from the rye in the back end. But overall, you put it in your mouth and it just heats everything up. Your gums start tingling, your tongue starts tingling. It gives you some early indigestion or early burn, but then it also burns a little bit down here. To me, I honestly feel like this is too hot.
And
for this product,
it goes through your sinus cavities as well. It travels up through your nose.
Like, my mouth is still tingling from this. I honestly feel like this is too hot.
It definitely is chewy too.
This is barrel strength. So,
Yeah.
you were on their website. Do they have a non-barrel strength 4-grain whiskey that is just maybe proof down to like a 90? This might be for somebody. I can honestly say this is a little bit too hot for me because I feel like all the flavor is gone in sake of heat. And you can take heat when there is some cool flavors that you're experiencing. But to me, this just like goes in and it's like a cinnamon fireball where it just, not the taste cinnamon, the flavor cinnamon, but you know how if you put a fireball in your mouth, you get a little bit of flavor and then it just explodes and you're just like, I can't feel anything anymore.
To answer your question, they don't.
They don't?
At least on the website.
I really, really enjoyed their single malt whiskey, and this isn't for me right now.
Initial taste. C+.
Yeah, C+. You're getting oak, you're getting vanilla, you're getting honey, but it's just all heat.
Yeah, the vanilla I get, and it's almost like a vanilla extract where it's just kind of like that syrupy context to give it that little bit of a chew. Yeah, C+.
C+, I agree.
I agree. Right. And ending note, there's a little bit of smoke. I don't know why, but it's at the very, very end of the ending note.
Well, they might be using some of the barley that they smoke
probably
in this, which would make sense. You're getting more of the pepper on the back end, like that baking spice or cracked red pepper at
100%,
the end.
a lot of pepper.
But again, your mouth is just so enveloped in heat that everything just is tingling all at once. And to me personally, that's not my favorite taste, is when everything's tingling. I like it, like literally for it to be able to sit in your mouth and you to be able to enjoy it. Pause. But for this, to me, this is just a little bit too hot. But I still think the taste is good, but you have to be aware that with this being 114 proof, it's going to hit you like 114 proof.
I agree. Ending note, rating?
C+.
I agree.
Okay.
Final rating. Give me that countdown.
3, 2, 1, 79.
80.5. 80, yeah.
Crush it. Don't second guess yourself. You're right. Don't ever second guess yourself.
I got this.
Maybe you should second guess yourself.
Correct.
Correct. But yeah, if you want to pick this up, this will be on sale for 10% off at Addie's. Already it is $49.99 if you go pick it up right now, but 10% off and you can knock this down. Definitely try it out if you're into high proof whiskeys and let us know what you think, because for us, being into high proof whiskeys, this just was a little bit too hot. I feel like, and I would love to know your thoughts on this too, if they brought this down, it's 114. If they brought this down to 102 something probably, just over 100, I think it would be better.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So let us know what you think. If you do end up trying this, go pick it up at Addie's. Download their app at the Addie's Wine and Spirits app on your Google Play or Apple App Store. And yeah, let us know if there's another product that you want us to try too, because we are open for suggestions and we can get really whatever we want. If we just ask Tyler, what's up, Tyler? If you are going to pick this up, again, we can't emphasize it enough that this is very hot. So please remember to always drink responsibly, be a good person. And Michael,
do not litter.
We're out.